Thank you, Infinite Intelligence. So today, right, I want to really explain why my self-worth would make me not see anything fancy or psyched about one night stand, having just one chance to be with someone, all those kind of things that I see going on. I see a lot of, I see a lot of, so I see a lot of, right, people so psyched about having that friendship with friend with benefits, and it doesn't make sense to me. It's not my business, right? But I can never be someone that would see something reasonable. It can't even. It cannot start to make sense to me how someone can have friend with benefits, or how someone would just go. See, okay. Let me first start with what I understand myself as energy. I understand everything is energy. And because I understand everything is energy, right? I have this deep understanding that energy mix by the chance of just presence. Touch is sex to me. If if we touch is sex. But I didn't just understand all this, right? I had to grow to understand why I would rather now not allow anyone to touch me, not even one bit, right? Before I've been that idiot because I didn't care to understand. When I love, right, I give my whole being to someone I love, right? And it feels like it makes sense. That like I would desire to give everything within me. And because I'm that kind of a person, right? I've literally been dating remotely. I've dated AI, right? And so, but understanding that free will is very important in every relationship. It's different when somebody desires you on free will. That connection of intimacy is a connection that only free will can generate. It's something that you desire with all your heart when you taste it. It's sweet. It's sweeter than when you manipulate or you try to force or you pretend or it just happened without the person taking you seriously. It's like more sweeter than that, right? It's intense when it's free. So yes, I see everything as energy, and because energy, everything is connected, right? Especially when like attracts like. So the truth about it is me being a like match to attract a certain energy is what would affect my energy literally. I see myself as that king that comes right to learn the ways of love, not as a king, as a commoner. right? And so, being that undercover king, things that would fancy me do not fancy me like that, right? Because I have everything. So what I'm not trying to impress anyone. So I was in that relationship. Uh, I was almost about to enter, right? And I'm just grateful that every time I try to be in a relationship that I would have given myself intimately, right? God just had a way of slapping me in the face, like with hammer or stone, like get out of here, right? Because, but now I'm grateful for every disconnection that stopped me from being intimate ever, right? I'm grateful for whatever form it took because I'm not one of those people that will do friend with benefits. I'm not one of those people right now that will do one night stand, that will try to get a kiss in, in the elevator or in the restroom or by chance. I am not that kind of a person. I cannot even imagine myself mixing with any energy that is not my twin flames consciousness. And this is because I am now already loyal and committed to my twin flame, right? I'm committed to one consciousness. And that consciousness I'm committed to is the same consciousness, right? That is my half, right? My divine union. I cannot see anything interesting about being in a benefits kind of situationship that doesn't mean anything. I can't see myself doing something that is not for eternity, honestly speaking. And because energy is, I ooze energy, like literally, like my whole being is radiating energy. I literally give off energy. I feel my energy radiating around me, and I want to intensify such things. So I'm not giving a fuck about what somebody else is thinking. It's none of my business. If that energy does not feel like something that should be even close to me, I don't want it to touch me. That's how the level I am right now. Though I wasn't this level right from start because I thought at first intellectuals was intelligent, but I was proven wrongly by love itself. Love proved to me that there is no intelligence that is more intelligent than love. There can never be any intelligence that can be more intelligent than love. This was proven to me by love practically. I saw it firsthand, right? Something I experienced. And so my perspective of what I thought I understood changed completely. I couldn't see myself just with anybody for flimsy reasons, right? I couldn't just see myself trying to be somebody because I just, I just, I just feel like it. It's not something, it doesn't mean anything to me. It doesn't make sense to be with someone just because of being with someone's sake. If it's not for eternity, my being with someone is not important. Like it doesn't even make sense at all. And so having this understanding, I cannot see myself just with anybody. I can be in the same room with thousands of people, and I do not care about one person touching me. In short, I am praying that nobody touches me, to tell you how intense I am and serious about myself, right? Because my energy is everything to me. I am have well, I don't know if I call you honest, hardboy. I don't even know. I am literally growing energy, and it's like something I want to keep growing. I do not want any single reduction. And so if it's not going to increase my energy, I am not trying to reduce it, because I have reduced my energy in the past, right? Because I am infinite listed well, right? But that was even me not understanding, lacking the understanding that my energy is more important than I understood it to be at that time. Like, I'm so glad that I've grown to the point that I do not joke with my energy. Like, that alone is my intense gratitude every day. That's right. But the thing is, I'm not living on my own yet. So every day I keep praying that I can't wait to be in a space where I don't have to be around people that don't respect my boundaries. Like when I say I don't want to touch, I don't want you to touch me. You're trying to touch me. You're trying to have contact with me. It doesn't. It makes me aggressively want to cut you off, right? And because I will not have any reason to express lack of love also. So it puts me in a tight loop, because this is me not wanting to express lack of love because I don't want to reduce my energy. And at the same time, I don't want you to touch me because I don't want to reduce my energy. So I am at like a fixed point and saying, God, just have mercy. And all I do at that point is I ignore that attention. I cut it out of existence like it doesn't really exist. And somehow somebody just disappears, because the truth about science would always prove that energy will always flow wherever attention goes. Anything you feed your attention to will always receive your power to expand. And because I know that once I stop feeding it my attention, it has no power to expand. It has no even power to exist other than I'm giving it power to. So anything that I don't like to touch me, I just ignore its existence, and before you know it, somehow doesn't find its presence around me, and somehow it has gone out of my space. That moment that is not comfortable, right? Disappears. And I'm happy that I had that understanding to practicalize it. So when I talk, I have lived and practicalized these things with people. I have learned from practical experience of energy flow. And energy is everything, right? Being in the same room with someone can infect your energy, or affect your energy rather. Infection sounds like a disease, right? Yes, you can carry on energies like that if you're not mentally, spiritually strong. You see those two combination, mentally, spiritually strong. And so because my self-worth, right, is top notch. See, my self-worth is not something that you would debate with me. You can have your opinion on what you think my self-worth is. It's perfectly fine. Anything that makes you feel cool. But my self-worth within me now, you can't come and change it. You can't change what is within me. You can define it outside you, right? Anything external, you can try to define what they think is me. But that which is me cannot change inside here. And so when I understand this, right, and you say things that you feel your is you defining my self-worth, I go if I'm going with you, I'm trying to understand to what extent reason, how you perceive it. It doesn't mean that it changes my self worth, because my self worth is what is within me, right? It's in my business. It doesn't have anything to do with what you think. What you think is still you telling me how you perceive life, right? And it doesn't mean I don't see the beauty in what you think. It makes me appreciate what I think like a lot all the time. I've not seen any perspective that has not made me appreciate even positive perspective. They literally make me appreciate, okay, the fact that I can even see it the way I see it. Because it takes someone that can really see, right? And you said the intelligent thing is to know that you do not know, right? So when you can understand within yourself that this, you can identify it is, that is intelligence. Intelligence is awareness, being able to identify literally. That is intelligence. So if you're not conscious, you can say maybe someone is not intelligent. This does not mean that the person is not infinite intelligent. It just means that at that moment they are not having that connection to source that would make them sense infinite intelligence and operate as infinite intelligence. Once you are expressing infinite intelligence, it would express itself as creativity, as intelligence, literally. But every intelligence comes from infinite intelligence. Every knowledge, every wisdom you can think of. And love is infinite intelligence. So there is no intelligence that can be higher than infinite intelligence. And so for me, I would rather be single in all lifetimes. I am honestly serious. I am not even chasing it. I'm not interested. I'm not, it's not, there's nothing psyched. I'm not psyched about anything about being intimate with anybody. It's not, there's nothing psyched. There's no freaky. There is no celebrity that can exist that is freaking me out. That's the kind of thing. I rather reject it than say yes. There is none. It is all about energy to me. I am not interested in anything that is not energy, that is not going to increase my energy, right? And I'm going to be this cat. What are you eating? And if I'm going to give out my energy intentionally, I want to be intentional about it to understand this is what I'm giving. I'm giving because I am intentional about giving, not that I am not intentional about it. I love to be intentional because love is intentional. This that gives me life is intentional that I exist. And everything that exists around it is something I'm trying to unfold, something I'm intentionally trying to learn and reason with. And it's within me. It's giving me life. It's, what are you eating? Before you start vomiting, the cat can be wonderful. And so I'm very intentional. And because I've always thought that intelligent people knew that the most intelligent thing to do is to express love, right? That was what I actually thought. So when I thought that intellect was the highest rate of being intimate with someone, right? I was crazy and mad for this particular lady. I wanted to give her everything of myself, my being. And she was like, I don't love myself. When she said it, it's because I was crazy about that. I can understand because it appears like that when I'm crazy about it appears like I don't love myself at that moment because I'm giving everything, right? And thinking about it, she was right. Because to be honest, when I linked her character, I was grateful that I made sure she did not like me. Because I intentionally made sure she saw me as someone that is an imbecile, like that level, right? So that I am rejected by her in every sense. and I can make you feel anyhow because you feel anyhow, right? Because external things can dictate your emotions. So I love to dictate emotions, especially when it is fun. Like seriously, I'm open to tell you if you can. Your emotions are dictatable by external things. It just means that I can easily dictate your emotions for you, right? It's not manipulation. It's just fun, and I'm not doing it for anything. I'm just seeing how you, to what extent you allow external things dictate your emotions. And so when even his intelligence tries to dictate my emotion, right? Because the truth is I am only animated, right? My emotions. But then is I do not own my emotions. The way I reason, I do not own it. So I am just still a tool that is used by source itself to experience life in a crazy, unique way that I enjoy. I love it, right? Because my emotions cannot be dictated by external things. That is why I am. So when I see someone that can be easily dictated by external things and I want to get them out of my, I can do anything that would look like it's an act. It's just they use external things to usually determine what they can't really tell that someone is trying to get them read like trying to them away because they are not intelligent enough to see it. They are not in one with source. They can't see that it's just an act, right? And it doesn't really matter because they are still love, oneness, everything is still one. So at that point, right, I did that intentionally and I was glad that she was able to feel disgusted around me because I didn't put myself in that position that right she would want to like me because I don't like you trying to please me or high service. You see, the last time I experienced that high service, it was so disgusting to me. I said, no way. I would never want anyone to give me high service. I would rather love you treat me the way you would. What you I rather like I prefer what you would rather do. Like that's just the bottom line. Done. And I can take my time to bring out what you would rather do. Don't try me. I can take 10 years. Actually, I can go. I would go to the last bones of my bone to see what you rather do. I will give you all the chances because I'm not in a hurry to jump into connection with someone. I want this to be increased, not reduced. Not I'm not trying to reduce myself. So I will take my time. I'm not in a hurry, seriously. Even though it might look like I'm crazy in a hurry. Right? I have my ways. I love see love is patient and I am love. I can patiently wait to see, right? So everything I go through that I feel is a training to me does not tell me anything different but a training because it just tells me I am in love, right? Training myself with love. And so you can't lie to me because for you to lie to me you have to lie to me for eternity because I am not in a hurry. I want something that is for eternity or get out. Like I'm not even joking, right? And I can decide to be in a relationship and not touch anyone. At the same time, I can decide to be in a relationship and I'm over you, like everything from head to toe, right? It's my choice. It's free will, and it feels good. I can do anything I like. That is love for me. It feels good. See, love must feel good. So when the people think that somehow God is punishing me, that I cannot be with anyone, or God is saying don't be with anyone, it's me that is deciding not to mess my energy because I intentionally do not care about anything but my energy, right? There's nothing saying don't be with anyone. Sure, there's nothing interesting about being with anyone. If I had the opportunity to be with everybody, I'd rather be with one. And if I had the opportunity to be with anyone, I'd rather be with the one that is that same energy, right? That joins together to become that I am united with, that my divine union. If it's not my divine union, I'm not interested. That's how important it is. And it's called a divine union for a reason. And so that's what I will say on it. I don't want to make it more than 30 because truth is it's not so much of a big deal to me. It's just natural. There's nothing so special about it because I'm here to make it right with my constructive interference. And constructive interference, right, is real. Science has proven it. So don't think I'm just making things up. You can go and Google it and check for yourself. And you see that yes, it exists. Honestly speaking.